Yes, welcome back to the South Coast Football Holic. It's week 3 of our Pro Clubs tournament. It's a bit of a depressing pod, this one, because for how many teams? 7 teams each group. This will be their final match week as the finals will start next week. Top 4 go through from each group, and it'll be quarterfinals next week, semi-finals, and the final all in 1 week. The schedule for that will be out soon. But once again, look, this is why we get paid the big bucks here. We've got analysts and everything for Pro Clubs. Nathan Turner, welcome back.
Thanks, Jared. Analyst is a bit of a probably an understatement. How long have we just taken to actually start this podcast with us going through all the stats?
Too many stats. Way too many stats. I asked you this same question last week and was met with a bit of an iffy response. But what was your favourite part of match week 2?
That we could actually play, I think. The EA didn't do the servers, hey? Servers down.
Wow.
After that Tuesday night, I was devastated. I had to wait another 2 days to play some Pro Clubs.
Mate, all that went on within an hour. It was about 6:30 with an hour to go. We all found out about it. And then the servers just decided to shut off straight away. And it was just like, no, surely not. Because we had that scare the week before, but the servers didn't go down, which we were lucky. But then last week it did, and I'm just kind of there, just like, we got to wait a bit to turn it. Like, do they turn back on? Do they not? And then do we just make a call? Originally, we said, yeah, we'll postpone it. Then teams said, oh no, the updates come through. Okay, we'll give it back on. Then the update came through. We'll delay it to 8 o'clock. No worries. And then they said after the update, no, the server's still down. Well, damn, we're going to postpone it. And then 10 minutes later, after it was officially postponed, guess what? The server's turned back on. So thanks very much, EA. Appreciate the support.
It was a roller coaster of emotions, I tell you that now. I was like, oh, we on? No, am I in? Oh, no. And I kept going back to my PlayStation, back to the TV, coming back to see if it'll work. And yeah, no.
It was terrible.
In the end, it was just easier to move it on the Thursday. So fingers crossed that it doesn't happen again tonight. Have you checked it? Have you checked?
Mate, I've been checking their Twitter all day. I haven't
nothing
seen anything yet.
Sweet.
If something comes up, I'll be onto it. Although I didn't mind the everyone playing on Thursday. It didn't look too bad.
It didn't? It was good?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, there was heaps of stuff going on. It's pretty hectic for you. Not too many updates mid-games, but...
Yeah, well, look, it happens that way, but... oh well, that's a compromise. Everyone's playing the same night. The games were entertaining. This is what this podcast is for, to review the games. But I tell you what, there's plenty of entertainment for an online forum there. Best part of last week for me is, by the end of it, how close are these groups? We'll touch on it later, but geez,
a few points in
numbers. There's nothing in it. You got to look at it as well. There's teams like the Cobras who lost to the Pups Tuesday night because they played their game. Then Thursday night, they won all 3 of their games. South Coast United got 3 from 4. Jags some big results there. They knocked off Unanderra in second and Wanuta in third. Bit of luck went the way, but you can take what you can get. Albion Park City, unfortunately, had 3 players. They were struggling a bit, so they forfeited their last 3 games, and they're now bottom of Group B. Warilla Wanderers got technically 2 wins. One of them was a forfeit. The other one was a good win against South Coast United, which this time last week we were tipping to be a bottom of the table clash. And it was far from it in the end, because I'm pretty sure I said it earlier, and this is obviously a biased perspective, but if South Coast United won that game, and to be fair, I think Warilla deserved that win, but if we won that game, we'd be 1 point off Gibson Park in 4th, which is another big story, which we'll touch on later. But, of course, every week, special mention to the fraternity club who was supporting us during this time, and it would be appreciated if we could support them. They're doing a drive-through pizza from Tuesdays to Sundays, and the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights, the pizzas are $15. So be sure to get down there on those nights, especially, like I said last week, if you want to have a pizza while watching streams. Can't be much better. Well, I went down there on Friday night, and the pizzas were superb. I was watching the Matildas with the pizza in hand. Can't ask for much more than that.
The Matildas, just quietly.
Mate.
Heartbreaking.
Mate. I don't know if I'm the only one who shares this opinion, but in my opinion, the referees in the men's comp and the women's comp, both comps at Olympics, shocking. Shocking.
Spewing. I didn't know what it was for. And I was like, it can't be offside. It was too early. And then That's another argument for another podcast. I
Not
think.
just that, but the referee last week against Great Britain, I thought she had a howler. What was that penalty that she gave Great Britain? Mate.
They're doing everything in our power to make us lose.
It was ridiculous. But anyway, we're in the bronze medal playoff. We got a chance at the medal, but shout out to the Illawarra Golf Complex and Iconic Groups as well, who have supplied some tournament prizes. And now, on a positive note as well, so the Talk to Me Bro donations. So as we all know, $20 for an entry fee for every player. The Unanderra seniors are donating $20 for every goal they score for their junior score. So their seniors are donating $20 for every goal that their team scores in Group B. Now, I did say before the start that if you're going to beat Unanderra, make sure they score a couple of goals. And I've lived up to my team's lived up to the hype here. We beat them 3-2. So not only did we beat them, but we raised extra $40.
I'm looking at their results from the other night as well, and they've scored some goals. So how good's that? It's even better to see.
18 goals, so that's an extra $360, which means the tournament's cracked a pledge 4K raise now, which is
how good,
unreal. But speaking of Derra, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but they won 3 out of their 4 the other night as well.
Yeah, I've got it here. 3 out of 4.
There you go. But if any other club wants to donate, please reach out as well. We want to get that number as high as possible. It's a good cause. And if you want to donate to the cause, there is links on our website to follow. Go and follow the link to our fundraiser, the crowd raiser. But Nathan, I touched on it earlier. We'll get into the discussion now. How close are these groups?
Oh, it's insane. What is it? 4 points between the top 5 in Group A?
And
4 points.
Yeah. And in Group B, there's 5 points between 2nd and 7th. United's in a bit of a league of their own because they're 5 points ahead of Derra and Woonona, but they've got a game in hand as well. So realistically, first spot's just about wrapped up in Group B, barring a huge collapse and a big run from Derra and Woonona. But I can't see that happening because Morgan United have won every game since round 1 and they haven't even lost a game. So, but Derra and Woonona were the big improvers last week in Group B. So were South Coast United. They got from second last, pushed up to now 4 points off the 4 with needing results to go their way, and a big week this week. But Port Kembla are hanging in there as well. They're only 1 point. No, sorry, they're equal with Gibson Park.
Yep.
Just goal difference, 7 goal difference is going to let them down. This might come down to goal difference. And if it does come down to goal difference, I'll just go through the numbers here. Unanderra in second on +6. Woonona's on +1. So they recovered the 8-0 pretty good with a 5-0 win over Abbey Park City before the Abbey Park City obviously forfeited the last 3 games. Gibson Park Rangers are on +7, which is big. Port Kembla's on 0. Olympics on +4, which is going to be decisive, I think. With South Coast United after the first -3, so that's going to be troublesome.
Uphill battle for you guys.
It is an uphill battle, but look, if you can get a couple of big wins, obviously we've got Wollongong United on Thursday, so it's going to be interesting, and we're definitely going to need results to go our way. And Picton are a big outsider. On the other hand, they are 6 points off Gibson Park in 4th, but they're going to need a lot of results to go their way. They are on -10, so the odds are against them for there. But at the same time,
I was going to say Group A is it's probably closer, I think. What do you reckon?
Well, I'm looking at the goal differences, and realistically, I don't think Oakflax can catch Conno. They've got a game less, and they're 5 points away. And I don't think Conno's getting 0 points.
I think that's your top 5. That's your top 5.
That's definitely your top 5. But the thing is, it's a top 4 race. So Conno's on +15. Cobras are on +10, who were a big performer last week. Helensburgh Thistle are on +13. The Pups are on +6. And you talked about last week how they don't score many goals.
They're close games, and you can tell. Yeah. You can tell just by the teams around them what they're 4.4 goals behind what Cobras. So
could be their downfall. But who knows? They're second, right? You think they're sitting pretty in second. They're only 1 point away from 4th, 2 points away from 5th. Same goes for Port Kembla SC, who been outstanding, really.
Stand out the other night as well, I think.
Absolutely. They are only 4 points off 5th, so if they slip up, and mind you, we'll touch on the run home later. They don't have an easy run home either.
No, they don't.
Touch on that. But anyway, we threw it out to the listeners as well. Couple of questions or points they have for the pod this week. And one of the ones I got through this morning was about a topic that is close to our hearts, or every FIFA player's hearts: sweaty goals.
Oh,
What's your take on sweaty goals?
I rate them. I
You
always
rate
do
'em?
them. Yeah, you just got to score. It's just the same as a R1 square cross, isn't it?
Yeah, look, that's fair. That's fair. It's a
Because if you're
sensitive
under the
topic.
pump and you have to score a sweaty to
Yeah.
score, like you got to, like
Yeah, you got
to win the
take
game. Yeah,
you got to take them where you can, but at the same
exactly.
time, if you're the other team,
Oh
you are
yeah,
filthy.
but
I think
that's
we've
what I'm
been. Yeah.
saying. We'll concede one, and like, oh no, we're going to go score one, and then we'll score one, and then okay, now it's even. Then we're fair now.
Yeah.
Like it's good.
Speaking about the topic of being sweaty, Unidera tried to be a bit sweaty against us last week right from
Did
the
they?
get go, and it backfired. And there was really the difference in the end because our first goal was guy who had it on, or I think actually it was me. He had it on the left side, and it looked like I was going to cross it in. Brought the keeper out extremely early. Just had a shot near post. The keeper couldn't get back. Keeper touched it and it went in.
I tell you what, those
yeah.
keeper movements that you can see when they're doing them too.
Mm.
Like pulling them out early, getting ready for those crosses. So, like, watch out for a few teams that actually move the keeper a lot.
Yes. Another one is, and it only just came through 7 minutes ago. This one: can the Falcons make the finals, or is it unlikely? I don't think they can make it.
Nah, sorry.
They're out.
Bit far behind. Unless I
Unless
mean
if
they got to have a lot of results go their way to make it.
they're going to need just about every result to go their way. But in all honesty, like we'll touch on it in a minute, but they're going to need results to go their way. But all the teams above them are playing each other, so someone's going to get points.
And they're not playing any of the top 5 teams either. I don't think.
Oh, there you go.
I know we've got them.
I think sixth is a real possibility. I think they're just going to be lonely in sixth, unfortunately. And another one as well. I think we got another one, didn't we? No, we didn't. Okay. The other one was about the keeping the goal scoring tally. We've got team goal scoring tallies.
We
Nathan's
do.
got his
And we
UOW.
do. Surely we got other teams keeping track of these stats as well, because like we got to get the analysis going. I've got a Google Doc table up of the player in our team, goals, assists, clean sheet, man of the match, and then we've even put a red card tally because one of our blokes got red carded the other night and he didn't have any other stats, so we just put him up, and then our results. So I've got it all set out.
That's fair. That's fair.
If any other team wants to come forward and show us their stats, we can crown the top goal scorer.
Surely there's one. I know didn't Ashton Voser from United, he scored 8 goals in the first week, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there was a few. There was definitely a few.
Yeah, like that should probably be a thing I'll put in the pre-tournament package next year. Keep count of the goals, who scores them.
It's bragging rights as well.
Yeah, I think I've got like 4 goals or something. Nothing too big. Moving on, performers of the round. Now, this is in terms of the whole tournament. My performers of the round can't go past United, but Port Kembla FC are a close second. United just haven't dropped a game, so that's a simple one for me. Are you along the similar lines there?
Yeah, Wollongong United for sure. I mean, still undefeated. Three wins from 3 the other night, I think it was.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So they're still sitting pretty at the top. But yeah, I mean, PKFC. And I also went the Hearts, Unidera.
Yeah.
They had a pretty good night. They may have lost to you guys, but I mean, a couple of big wins, against the other teams in the comp, especially 3-0 against GPR as well. So I think it was a big night for them too.
Surprise of the round. Now, I didn't do a surprise performer. I did a surprise flop. You touched on Gibson Park Rangers. 4 from 4 the first week, 1 point the next week. I could not believe my eyes.
Do you reckon the ego got the better of them?
I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't believe it.
Someone asked him, what's going on down in Tarul?
We were asking. They're just like, mate, everyone's figured us out. So, they are honestly in real danger of missing out on the 5 if they don't pick it up. Because they're equal with 5th spot, or missing the 4 rather. They're equal with 5th spot, and Olympic just needs 1 win against them, and they've caught up to them in 6th.
Yep.
South Coast United's 4 points off them in 7th. So it's Yeah, like, I'm intrigued.
We've got a few teams going for that full spot in that group too. Hey, oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Now, touching on now, so I'll do goals scored. Nathan, you can do goals conceded. The most goals scored in the tournament, no surprise, it is Wollongong United. Now, with these tallies, bear in mind, Warilla, Wollongong Olympic, and Wollongong United had forfeit wins last week, so 3-0 forfeit wins. So take off 3 goals, and that's the actual one they score. So I'll take them off here while we're doing it. So it says here United's got 31 goals. They've actually scored 28, but they're still first. Okay, they've got 28 goals. Coniston second, they've got 26. Helensburgh's got 22. Gibson Park's got 21. And who's next? Woonuna's got 20. Port Kembla's got 20. Port Kembla FC, that is. And Cobra's got 19. Port Kembla SC, a bit surprising. They're first on the ladder, but they're 8th highest goal scorers.
See where the Pups are?
I know.
Pups.
I'm looking at it. Wow. Unidera, 18 goals. Ali Park Wild Eagles, while they're struggling, they're in 10th. They've got 17 goals still. And Olympic obviously take 3 off them. They've got 16 here, so really they've got 13. So, and there's a whole lot of teams catching up as well. But yeah, you touched on it. The Pups have got 15 goals and they're 12th overall.
Second.
Pretty
And they're sitting
surprising.
second in the comp. They've scored 15 goals. So
Yeah.
grinding out some close wins.
Well, 15 goals, it's in 12th, but Warilla and South Coast United also have 15. So really, it's equal 12th there. But goals conceded, that's another interesting stat you want to look on as well.
Goals conceded. Well, I mean, we all know who's at the bottom, do we?
Yes.
Shell Harbour Juniors.
Oh, actually, that surprises me.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, they would average first week. They got I think a win or two, but now they're right down there. 31 goals conceded, and they're played 30 minutes less of their last game after a 57th minute rage quit against Coniston.
They did. But what surprised me was Albion Park City isn't last on the goal scoring, and they had 3-0 forfeits. They didn't score a goal last week. They had, if you want to count the forfeits, 14 goals conceded in one match night. So it was pretty. Yeah, I can't believe they're not last, to be honest. But up the top, who's up the top? Oh, yeah, no surprises.
Port Kembla SC, yeah, they were pretty solid. They've got because we played them the other night. We went down 3-1. I thought they were very solid. They've got one guy at the back. They play 5 at the back, and they've got a tall centre back at the back. And for some reason, we just could not get past him. And they play real defensive with a couple of defensive midfielders as well. And they actually shut us out so well. Mind you, I did score a banger against them.
Of course, yeah, you sent it through. You still haven't sent through the UCL walkthrough last week though either. I'm really disappointed.
I would have
You're
hoped
lucky you're on here
that.
this week.
I would have hoped you forgotten about that, but obviously you remembered.
I don't forget. You know that.
And then second, Wollongong United, they've only conceded 8, a couple of big 8-0 wins, and then they've got the second best defensive record in the comp. And then you tied 3, who were all in Group A, mind you, the Cobras, the Pups, and the Thistle.
Yes. They're
sitting all on 9 goals conceded. So defence is key. It's pretty key. And then obviously the Coniston, they've conceded 11th and 6th, but what do you reckon about this? The next surprise packet. Uni Spurs. They're in 7th with only 12 goals scored, conceded.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. The top 7, 6 of them are in Group A.
So not many goals scored in Group A.
There's only one team in the top 7 from Group B, and that's Wollongong United. Although, mind you, from 8th, 9th, 10th, they're in Group B, but then it's still followed by like Group A teams. So
and there's another 3 Group A. But yeah, just to touch on Spurs as well, I had them down as my surprise packet for the last round.
Yeah, fair.
Did you see the results?
That's fair.
They took points off Conno and the Pups. So they had 2 draws with the Conno and Pups, kept a clean sheet against the Pups, had a 3-0 win against Shell Harbour and a clean sheet.
That's a fair shout.
And then they lost the last game to Bulla somehow. But the first 3 games were pretty good. But
Sam McKellar did something.
Good surprise packet there. And then, as you said, after that, you've got a few of the Group B teams into just the rest of the teams. But Woonona, they're down in 16th with 19 goals conceded. That 8-0 loss did hit them hard with the goals conceded. Otherwise, they'd be in tied 6th.
They'd be up there, yeah.
And then obviously your final 4 of the goals conceded, Warilla with 23, Dandaloo with 26, Albion Park City. Obviously they've had those 3 clean, the 3 forfeits. They're on 27, and then your Shahaba Juniors on 31 goals conceded. So that rounds out your most goals conceded. So 31 the most, 7 for the least.
Question without notice. A tip for top 4 for each group. So what's your
top 4? Oh,
I'll go first. So I'll give you a bit of time. Top 4 Group A, top 4 Group B. My Group A top 4 is going to be. I'm just looking at result. I do not know. I think Port Kembla's in. I think the Pups will get in. They probably got the best run home of the lot. Berg have got a tough run. I don't know. I don't know. I will go. I think Connor's going to get in just. I think Connor's just going to... Actually, come to think of it, the Cobras have got UOW and Dandaloo.
There's a couple good games in there as well in all 3 rounds because you've got a second v first to finish it off.
If I was a betting man, I think the top 4 as it is right now is going to be the top 4 by the end of the night. I think Connor's got a tougher run home. And Cobras have got UOW, Dandaloo. They do have Berg, but they've got those 2 ones who are mid-table, lower table. Dandaloo's last. So I think the Cobras are going to sneak in. I think it's going to be Port, Pups, Berg, and Cobras. 2 Russell Vale teams in. Group B, on the other hand, is a lottery.
Oh, yeah.
Group B is a lottery, this one. And I'm just looking at there's 7 teams you could pick. I think if I was looking at paper now, I think Port Kembla FC have got a good run home. I think they might creep in. Gibson
and you got to see as well, Unanderra and Woonona got a game less than the other teams as well.
They've got a bye as well. So, but at the same time, the team chasing them, so they're 1 point off. But the thing is, the team that's 6th is 4 points away. So you'd think... Derra and Woonona, on the other hand, though, Derra and Woonona playing each other. So one team's going to drop points. Oh, my God. I can't pick this, eh? Woonona, but then the other game, Derra's got Warilla who can jag a result, we saw the other night. Woonona's got Amy Park White Eagles who've been struggling a bit. They're the only team, they're second last. They're 1 point off last, who's Abbey Park City. So,
Oh, mate, think about it too much. Just go boom, 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 boom.
So, Wollongong United's definitely in. Yep. I reckon Port Kembla's going to sneak in. Yep. Gibson Park, who have they got? Warilla, Olympic, Wollongong United. I reckon they'll miss out.
Yep.
I reckon, so I'm going to start to smoke you. I reckon Olympic's going to make it.
Olympic, not PK?
I think Olympic's going to make it.
Not Port?
No, Port. I'll have Port Kembla, United, Olympic. Last one, I will chuck in. Derra's got Woonona, Warilla. Woonona's got Amy Park too.
Derra and Woonona to start the night. I think that'll be your full sport, the winner of that.
Second game of the night.
Second game, okay.
Yeah, Derra's got to buy it. Oh. It's a lottery. Derra, Woonona, one of the 2. So United, Port Kembla, not an order. United, Port Kembla, Olympic, Derra or Woonona, one of the 2. If you were a betting man, who would you go? I'm going to go...
I'll go Derra.
I'll go Derra.
Sorry, Woonona.
Just.
So United...
That's going to be the game. That's going to be the game that's going to decide it, I reckon.
Yeah, so United, Derra, Port, Olympic. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, with a slight chance if so goes United gets some results, but we're going to need a lot of results to go our way. But that's going to be my top 4, that one. Now, we'll go into Group A. So the standouts from last week for me, Group A, I'm going to give it to Russell Cobras. Just because they lost to the Pups on Tuesday night, but on Thursday night they went 3 from 3. So I'll give them my standouts. The surprise packet, I'll also go the Cobras.
So standout and a surprise packet, yeah.
I'll give it to them.
Turning it around, I suppose.
I'll give it to them. So what about you?
Well, I said standout was PK, Port Kembla.
Yeah.
SC.
Yeah.
They three wins and a loss, and the loss was against the Cobras, so that was your standout. So same run into that week from as the Cobras. But that was Port Kembla coming from 4th to 1st. Yeah, yep. So they're in first spot now.
Oh no, second. They were second.
Second. They were second before that. Okay. Yeah, fair. But now outright first by 2 points. And I mentioned surprise packet before. I actually went Uni Spurs. We haven't really talked about them much on the potty. But yeah, I thought they had a decent night because I'm watching them. And obviously they're our rivals. And I'm watching them jag a draw against Conno, a draw and a clean sheet against the Pups. and then a win and a clean sheet against the Harbour. And I'm like, what is this Uni Spurs team that's coming out of the?
It's only just that they didn't get many wins. That was the only thing that let them
just the
down.
first week that sort of like killed them in their race. But what do you mean? They're 6 points outside the top.
Yeah,
five.
it's a slow chance though.
I mean, they're more of a chance than the Falcons, I think. So,
but the Falcons are just about out of it because they've got the less game. Results though, so round 8 was the first one. UOW FC beat Dandaloo 5-2. Coniston beat Shellharbour 7-1. Helensburgh beat Oak Flats 5-1. Bulleye beat Unispurs 4-1. And Cobras beat Port Kembla SC 2-1, which was big. Oh, that was round 8, sorry. So I'm going backwards now. Let me go. That was the last game of the night. Round 7 was Conno 5-2 over the Pups. Helensburgh 4-0 over Dandaloo. Unispurs 3-0 over Shellharbour. Port Kembla SC just 1-0 over the Falcons. Cobras 4-1 over Bulleye. Round 6 was UOW going down 2-1 to the Berg. 0-0 between Pups and Unispurs. Port Kembla SC getting up 3-0 over Dandaloo. Cobras getting up 7-1 over Shellharbour. And Oak Flats getting up 4-1 over Bulleye. And the first game of the night, because this is reverse round, obviously, 2-2 Conno and Unispurs. Port Kembla SC beat UOW 3-1. Pups just beat Cobras 1-0. That was one of the Tuesday night games. Bulleye had a 1-1 draw with Dandaloo. And Shellharbour juniors, I'm pretty sure there were 2 stoppage time goals to beat Oak Flats Falcons 2-1.
Two stoppage time goals?
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
My goodness.
Yeah. And that was their first win. The last 3 rounds, which are taking place tonight, the Pups taking on Shellharbour. UOW has got Oak Flats. Actually, you know what? I'll just leave the fixtures there. I will tell you the run home for the Group A teams. The run home for Group A. So Port Kembla SC in first have got Unispurs, who are sitting in 7th. They've got Conno, who's sitting in 5th and 4 points behind them. They've got Russellvale Pups, who are 2nd. So it could be 1v2, and they're 2 points away from that at the moment. Pups have got Shellharbour down the bottom, Bulleye down the bottom, Port Kembla SC, who are first. So the Pups have probably got one of the better runs home. Berg's got Cobras, who are level with them. They've got Unispurs, who are chasing in 7th, and they've got Conno, who are 1 point behind them at the moment.
That's a big run home for the Berg.
Cobras have got the Berg. They've got UOW, and they've got Dandaloo. So the 2 Russellvale teams probably got the best runs home because Conno's got Bulleye, who are a bit lower. They've got Port SC, who are first, and they've got the Berg, who are 1 point, and they're chasing them down. So that is a tough run home, that one. But Nathan, that's our
the run home. That's the fixtures for the top 5.
Yes.
That is it.
I'll get you to go through the results for Group B last week. Actually, no, sorry. We'll go standouts for Group B first. I'll ask you.
Standout for Group B.
Just last week's match week.
Yeah, I went the Hearts, I think. From 5th to 2nd, they had 3 wins and a loss. Scoring some goals as well, might I add. They scored 13 goals in their 4 games. So that's $20 a goal. How good's that? So Unitera stand out. And obviously, you can't go past Wollongong United. I've had them there, but I want to talk about more of Unitera's results. So Wollongong United were a standout too.
United are my standout. Who is your surprise packet?
Well, I went you guys, but since we've been talking about you guys non-stop, GPR is a downhill, as we already mentioned before. From 1st to 4th, 1 point in their 3 games.
Gibson Park were my surprise packet. They finished week 1 with 4 from 4, and they got 1 point from the next match week. So they were my surprise packet. But I'll let you go through the results now. And once we go through the results, I will take. Or you got the run home for Group B, I'm pretty sure. So you can go through the run home.
I had Group A, so you can go through the run home of Group B. Yeah, all right, sweet. So round 5, so the kick off the night, it was the Wollongong Derby. United 1-3-2. Your boy South Coast United beating Albion Park White Eagles 2-0. Picton beating Warilla 5-2. Unanderra beating Port Kembla also 5-2, and Woonona dispatching Albion Park City 5-0. In round 6, so the 8 p.m. games, 2-2 between the White Eagles and GPR. Olympic 1-0 over Picton. South Coast United beat Unanderra 3-2. The forfeit between Warilla and Albion Park City. And then round 7 was the big 8-0 win for Wollongong United over Picton. Unanderra beating GPR 3-0. the forfeit for Wollongong Olympic, South Coast United winning 3-2 over Woonona, and then Port Kembla beating Warilla 3-1. And to round out the night, Unanderra winning 3-2 over Albion Park White Eagles, Wollongong United getting the 3-0 win for a forfeit for Albion Park City, Woonona beating GPR 3-2, Port Kembla winning 5-3 over Olympic, and Warilla beating your boys 5-3 as well. So a couple big scoring games.
They got us that one. No wonder the goals conceded is pretty high for Group B, which we were touching on earlier. But the runs home, now these ones are just as tight because there's 7 teams really mathematically in it.
Yeah.
So I think Wollongong United are going to sew it up because they've got a game in hand over Derra and Woonona in second and third, and they're already 5 points away from them as well. So United mathematically really need a point because their goal difference is so superior. All they need is a point from their 3 games in there, just about got it. So on their run home, they've got Port Kembla FC who are in 5th. They've got South Coast United who are in 7th and chasing. They've got Gibson Park in 4th who are 6 points away from them, sorry. So they don't have an easy run home, but at the same time, I'll back them to do it. Unanderra. Now, these next 2 are the interesting ones. Derra and Woonona both have a bye. Derra's got the bye round 1, and then they're playing each other in round 2. So Woonona playing Derra in round 2, and then Derra's got Warilla, who can jag a result in the last game of the group stage. Woonona, on the other hand, have got Albion Park White Eagles, who struggled a bit last week. They've got Unanderra and then they've got the bye. So Woonona will be sweating on that last half an hour to see where all the other results go.
That is a big game, that middle one, Unanderra and Woonona.
It's going to be the difference.
That is big, yeah.
Gibson Park Rangers have got a tricky run home as well, which is why I don't think they're going to be making the 4 after last week. They've got Warilla the first game, Wollongong Olympic who are chasing them literally 1 point behind, or 3 points behind them the second game. And then they've got top of the table Wollongong United, who, if they sewn it up by then, did they take the foot off? Who knows?
It's pretty even, actually. Like their run home is what? Top, middle, bottom. So
just about.
Maybe 4 points is a reasonable aim for GPR just in the 3 games.
And would that be enough? I don't know, because Port Kembla have got a pretty good run home. They've got Wollongong United first.
Go on.
They've got Picton in 8th, and then they've got Albion Park City who are last. Then Olympic, then the first game for Olympic and South Coast is going to be big because they play each other in the first round and they're chasing each other.
That gets, whoever loses that is out. That's done. Be done from the first game. I reckon so.
You can almost say that if they both draw, worst case scenario for both of them, that could just about make it a 5-horse race out of the 7. But then second round as well. Now, if Olympic get a big result, the first one, they've got Gibson Park Rangers in the second round, who they are chasing. And then the last round. What the hell happened there?
You got to get it up.
My garage band just shut itself. Where did it go? Oh no!
When did it stop?
Do I just lose it?
Oh, you're kidding. How did it shit itself?
It just closed. Wow. Oh, well, we'll have to do Zoom audio then. What the hell?
Oh, that's not too bad then. It's still all right, isn't it?
Yeah, Zoom audio is still a bit average, but anyway, that'll be all right. So where was I? Olympics got Gibson Park. And in the last round, Olympics got Albion Park White Eagles as well, which is going to be interesting. South Coast United have got a tough run home. They've got Olympic, who they're chasing 1 point, 1 point behind. They've got United at the top and Picton, who are chasing them just 2 points behind. So it is going to be interesting. But, yeah, wow. So that's going to be a very, very tough run.
Action-packed, hey?
Action-packed. Now, that is the episode because we've gone through the run home now for the top. Yeah, so if you want to watch the games tonight, be sure to check out the stream links that we'll post up before the kickoff and get behind your team as well because this is very, very tight.
Support the boys.
Support the boys.
It's all in it. Even everything's up for grabs. Everything. It's great.
Absolutely. You can't hate it, can you?
No, well, you can't really watch any other football, can you?
No, nothing.
Apart from the Midfielders, but yeah.
But they're out. So, unfortunately.
Not out. Yeah. Still bronze. Still can get a bronze.
Oh, out a gold medal. There we go.
Yeah.
But I love this. This is so fun.
That's great, isn't it? It's something a bit different.
I wouldn't have thought about a month ago that I'd be doing a podcast every week on bloody pro clubs. But
especially
anyway,
putting so much analysis into it as well and really picking it apart like we are.
Yeah, you got to.
How's that?
But everyone loves it. We do it for a bit of fun, and that's why we're doing it as well. And for most teams, this will be the last time you get to watch them this week. So make sure to tune in. Get a pizza from the fraternity club. Watch the stream. Beautiful. That's your night sorted. But Nathan, thank you for coming on once again.
No worries. It was always good fun. It's good fun again. Keen for the finals, I suppose, next week. Are we doing a finals potty?
We'll have to.
What's you doing? Are you doing everything in the one night, or are we got to wait and see?
Yeah, quarterfinals, I'm pretty sure will be all on one night.
2 legs?
Or they'll have to be 2 legs, yeah. Or how we make it work, I don't know. We'll have to
work that out, eh? Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
Rub the hands together.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And it's a good thing that we're most likely going to both be out, so we can...
Don't rule us out. Rule us out after the first game.
I will.
Give us a chance.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yes. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Be sure to support the pod, the streams, the competition, support everything. And we'll see you next time.